entertaining universe, I wanted to discuss a couple of things in today's vlog. Look, I know that I can be very repetitive and I can say things numerous times, in whether it be in a video, whether it be in 10 videos, whether it be in like 50 videos. I know that I can be a repetitive individual who talks about things that he loves more than anything else. And I know that can be boring, and that could be uneventful, and that could be not exciting to some of you. And it may be a lot of different other things that, that you think it may be. It's just, when I go into something like that, whether it's talking about, YouTube channels I watch, whether it's talking about books I read, whether it's talking about movies I watch, whether it's talking about TV shows that I watch, whether it's talking about, going back to an event, or going to these different countries, or going to these different cities, or whatever it may be, that's just because I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about, everything that, even though it may seem like I'm to a lot of you, and I know that I am this thing. I'm a freeloader, I'm a moocher, I'm all these things. I've said that time and time again on this channel. And I know that you may think I'm being lazy or doing things the wrong way, but that's not your call. That's never been your call. That's been my call. This is my life, my choices, my experiences. All of that stuff is what is important to me, and it will continue to be important to me, even though I may repeat myself a bunch of times in these vlogs, or I may say something that, whether it's repeating it or repeating it and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it over and over and over and over and over again, like I'm a broken record, which I know that I'm a broken record. I know that I'm repetitive. I know that all these things exist in this world. And it's because, sometimes in my brain, I have this eidetic memory where I remember everything that I possibly can remember that I need to remember. And sure, it may not be the most idealistic, lifestyle to live. That's just the way I am. I have this memory where I remember things from years ago, whether it was, 13 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, even yesterday, even though yesterday was just yesterday. It could be 5 years ago, it could be a year ago. My brain remembers a lot of things. It remembers dates, it remembers birthdays, it remembers, even though I know I have it written down on a piece of paper, there's some phone numbers in there too, which I'm not going to tell you what phone numbers there are or what birthdays I remember most of all, what names I remember, all of that stuff. It's all up here in my brain, and it never goes away. And that's okay to live your life like that, having that, eidetic memory where you remember everything. Sure, I may not be the smartest or the most intelligent, or I may not be a scientist or a physicist or anything like that, or like a mathematician or an engineer or anything like that, or anything that requires me to remember a lot of stuff. Like, it could be, numbers. I remember a lot of numbers in my life, even though it may not seem like it because I don't really talk about the numbers that are important to me. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. It's other things that my memory remembers as well. It's not just, numbers. It's not just birthdays. It's not just, names and places and dates and things like that. It's so much more than that. It's not just a line from a movie. It's not just a line from a TV show. It's not just remembering what I read in the book and understanding what that book says. It's about so much more than that. And that's what you guys need to understand, is that just because I say these things, I know my memory is is always going to be there. I know my brain's always going to exist. Even though, you know, maybe later on, towards the end of my life, I might forget things from yesterday and the day before that and so forth and so on. But I will definitely remember how I lived my 30s and how I lived my 20s and my 10s and my teenage years and even my 40s and 50s and possibly even my 60s, because that's how my mind works. I'm not autistic. I've been, you know, tested by doctors and stuff like that, and they said I'm not autistic. I just have a very good memory. I have a good brain. I remember things that not a lot of people can remember. And keep that memory in there. And keep all of the information stored up here in my brain for as long as I humanly possibly can. But that's beside the point. So let's go away from that for a second here and talk about something that's very important to me, and that's sports. You see this shirt. I've worn this shirt numerous times in videos on this channel. He being Steph Curry, Stephen Wardell Curry II, is the scoring title champion for the 2020-2021 season. Now, I don't know if he's going to win MVP. He could not. But he had an amazing season. And I don't think anyone else could discredit him this season. The season's over with. The regular season's over with. The playoffs are about to start. We have our first game on Wednesday between the Warriors and the Lakers. And that's just to get to play the next team, which could either be the Grizzlies or the Spurs. And then after that, it's probably going to most likely be the Jazz or whoever they're playing. Whatever. I'm not sure how the whole play-in tournament. I know how the whole play-in tournament works. So the winner of the first game plays the winner of the second game, and then that game, whoever wins that game plays the number one seed. And it's based like this. It's got seed 1 through 6, and then 7, 8, 9, and 10 are the play-in tournament. So 7 plays 8 and 9 plays 10, and then the winner of the 7 versus 8 plays the winner of the 9 versus 10, and then whoever wins that game goes on to play the top seed in the Western Conference and in the Eastern Conference. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the game on Wednesday at 7 p.m. because that's when the Warriors are playing the Lakers, and then the Grizzlies and Spurs game starts at 4:30. Both games are on ESPN. I have no idea what the outcome of either one of those games is going to be, but I'm hoping, and this is just hoping and praying, that it's the Warriors that move on to play either the Spurs or the Grizzlies. Now, like I said, I have no idea if that's going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see until Wednesday. On Tuesday is when the Eastern Conference 7 versus 8 and 9 versus 10 happens, and then the winner of that game plays the number one seed. Or I think that's how it works. I may misunderstand the whole concept of this. It's just I think that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure on the whole details of the play-in tournament that they just introduced this year, and how that and who plays who after that's over with. So I know this was kind of a long video rambling about my eidetic brain, and talking about being repetitive in things that I say on this channel, and I know I talked a little bit about the whole basketball, the NBA play-in tournament, which will decide who plays who in the actual playoffs, and we'll just see what happens from there. So with that being said, we got birthdays to wish, so let me do that right now. So we've got Kristen Hatcher's birthday today. All right. Yeah, Kristen Hatcher, and then we've got Levin Rambin. So happy birthday to those two individuals, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand spanking new vlog, and ciao, and bye-bye. Oh, before we go, happy birthday to anyone else, anyone other than those two that have a birthday on this 17th day of May 2021. Alright, now I'm going to go, bye-bye, and ciao.